Mitigating unintended consequences from banning menthol cigarettes. Can e-cigarettes help alleviate illicit trade? By James Prieger, Pepperdine University, and Botech Analysis. Botech Analysis received financial support from Altria for the research discussed in this talk. The United States Food and Drug Administration has announced its intent to ban menthol cigarettes in the United States. The intended ban is prompted by the desire to remove a harmful product from the market that may facilitate the transition from experimental smoking to regular use, and that may impede attempts to quit smoking. Proponents of the menthol ban also hope to reduce the burden of tobacco-related disease for menthol smokers, who in the United States are disproportionately Black and lower income. However, not all current menthol smokers will quit smoking, and there may be unintended consequences from banning menthol cigarettes. Some smokers' responses to the ban may bring about novel harms which undermine the benefits of the restriction. The menthol ban could stimulate demand for illicit menthol tobacco products. Illicit trade in tobacco products already has a strong foothold in the United States, where between 4% to 21% of cigarettes sold are estimated to be untaxed or otherwise illicit. Harms from illicit trade include lost tax revenue, increased tobacco use, and less cessation because of lower prices, violence, and other ills stemming from organized crime and funding for terrorism around the world. In the present research project, we consider whether e-cigarettes can help alleviate illicit trade in menthols after a ban. The logic is simple. Much research, including ours, shows that e-cigarettes are economic substitutes for cigarettes. Illicit menthol cigarettes are also, of course, substitutes for the legal product that would be banned. If menthol cigarettes remain legally available, then some consumers who otherwise may have sought the illicit market will turn to e-cigarettes instead. That is, menthol e-cigarettes can act as a safety valve for consumer demand that otherwise might have gone to illegal products. Can we quantify this possibility? Menthol bans are relatively new around the world, and good data on individual smokers' participation in illicit markets are hard to come by. However, we proceeded with the following insight from economics. Conceptually, a ban is just like an extreme price change for menthol cigarettes. That is, banning a product is conceptually identical from the standpoint of microeconomic price theory to raising its price above the maximum willingness to pay of all consumers. Viewing a ban as a price increase allows us to examine data that are available, how increasing the price of cigarettes is related to the substitute good of illicit cigarettes, and how the availability of a robust legal market for e-cigarettes might mitigate that link. We used data from Euromonitor 2006 to 2017 for the EU, where there was much price variation and a lot of illicit trade in some areas. We estimated an econometric model for the determinants of the log quantity of illicit cigarettes sold in a country and year. The key policy-related variable was the price of cigarettes. The control variables included income per capita, a measure of corruption in the country, and country and year fixed effects. The econometric method was instrumental variables estimated by GMM, where cigarette prices were instrumented with the ad valorem tax rate and the specific excise tax on cigarettes. The results show, first, that increases in cigarette prices are associated with increases in illicit trade. That result is well known among economists. Our more interesting and novel result, however, is that the larger the e-cigarette market is in the country, the smaller the positive connection between cigarette prices and illicit trade. That is, e-cigarettes appear to attenuate the degree to which higher cigarette prices stimulate the illicit market. When the e-cigarette market is large enough, the link between cigarette prices and illicit trade disappears altogether, in the sense of losing statistical significance. The potential implication for the huge price increase on menthol cigarettes that a ban represents is immediate. Keeping menthol e-cigarettes legal can act as a safety valve for menthol consumers and make illicit markets relatively less attractive, while at the same time accomplishing harm reduction for those individuals.